And before we start with our story number one, a couple of things, housekeeping things. First of all, to help amplify the volume of this and to play with the AIs of the various social media engines and to show your love to our mods and admins, this would be a great time to start spamming those hearts. Go ahead and let your mods and admins know how much you love them. They are paid in hearts. The other thing is, we really have an amazing show tonight. We have video of the firebombing attack on Black Coffee Northwest. We have an amazing interview with Trent Gowdy, including an award-winning photographer with multiple pictures that he took on the 6th. And Nate Gowdy, apologies. And we have parlor videos that have been scraped from when Parler just kind of left everything all unsecured, basically, for their last day up. We have a series of Parler videos that were shot in the Capitol on the 6th as part of our insurrection update. So this is a great time to start that watch party, do that share, do that retweet, help amplify the voices of Black persons of color, Indigenous, as well as the LGBTQIA plus communities, which are all underserved. And so I just wanted to call that out. Jennifer, what I'm going to do, give a little background here. We'll roll that clip of the firebombing and then explain why this clip is important. And then we can have a little discussion about it.
Okay.
So Black Coffee Northwest was firebombed on the night of the 30th or the 1st, however you want to slice and dice the dates there. There has been no arrests on there. And what we've learned this late this morning is that the Shoreline Police, which is really King County Sheriff's Department because Shoreline contracts with them, has been sitting on this video for 3 months. The video is not of the greatest resolution, so you can't see everybody's face really well there. But the two individuals, there's more than enough to kind of go on. Hey, do you know these two a-holes and the clothes that they have? But so much time has probably gone by now that rolling the video out will conveniently make this investigation harder. And the thing is, the police didn't release the video. Black Coffee had to release the video. The other thing that's happened is that Black Coffee, since the start of January, has been suffering an increasing number of threats, racist comments, racist attacks, and then earlier this week, their building was vandalized with swastikas, which is the second vandalism of that building since they've opened up in late October. Their opening was delayed by about 3 weeks because of the damage caused by the firebombing. Although the firebombing never got into the inside of the building, it did force them to have to take additional security measures. Things have reached a point that a Black business in Western Washington, in the suburbs of Seattle, has had to close their doors for 2 days minimum because of clear and specific threats to their employees. This is King County, Washington, where everybody likes to think they're really flippin' woke in 2021. And with that, we're going to go ahead and roll the security clip. There is no audio to this clip. Couple of swell guys there, Jennifer.
Yeah. Really upstanding members of the community, right?
Definitely. The couple of things that jump out at me, something that the viewers don't know, is they actually threw those right at the gas meter. So this was an attempt essentially to blow up the building via damaging the gas meter and creating a massive gas leak. Those systems, though, for the gas meters are more robust, fortunately, something they didn't understand.
So this has been sat on for 3 months. They have, I'm guessing, no leads in the investigation?
There's nothing coming from King County Sheriff. There's nothing coming from Shoreline Police Department. There's been nothing to say, We have leads or we have a person of interest. There hasn't been, kind of the zoomed in screenshot of like, hey, do you know somebody roughly this height and this build that had these kind of clothes over the summer? And that's why I say as the time is run the clock, it's going to be a lot harder now for people maybe to go, my buddy so-and-so's kind of like that tall and he has that sweat jacket and he has those shorts. And he's kind of a racist chud.
It's a cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller.
So, maybe I should, make a call.
So this is clearly a hate crime. These people were intentionally trying to blow up a building they believed belonged to a Black-owned, or they knew belonged to, was a Black-owned business. And so by not releasing the video or really interrogating this in the way they should, the King County Sheriffs and Shoreline Police are essentially sanctioning racism.
If it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, if it swims like a duck.
Yeah, I'll say it. I don't know. They're sanctioning racism.
And it's juxtaposed by the dozens of arrests, literally dozens of arrests for, say, spray paint or broken windows at Starbucks. Now, I get King County Sheriff versus City of Seattle, different police departments, different jurisdictions. The other thing is, we do not advocate as an organization, as a news organization, the destruction of property. But that isn't to say that protesters use a diversity of tactics. We just want equality in the law. I don't think that's asking a whole lot. So why is it that precious Starbucks gets so much protection and Black Coffee Northwest literally gets nothing?
I think it's a pretty cut and dry answer. I mean, we can sit here and beat around the bush all we want, but in the end, it comes down to, somebody, essentially a white male with a ton of money versus a smaller Black-owned business. And so, like I said, we can beat around the bush all we want, but it boils down to inequality, ongoing systemic racism within the police department, within the King County Sheriff, within the SPD, within the Shoreline Police Department. And this is like completely inexcusable.
And Shoreline has had a very challenging summer with a number of racist incidents that have happened within that city, stuff that we covered, Jennifer, before you came on the team. And the city of Shoreline and the King County Sheriff's Department was pretty weak sauce in their response to this activity. Another thing is there was a protest outside of the police station in City Hall, and everybody's favorite religious figure, Matthew, was there. Matthew tried to storm the stage a couple of times. People called asking for Matthew to be removed. Now let's remember, Matthew was arrested because the Chuds complained about him.
It's a cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller.
The Chuds complained about him down at Olympia, and Matthew got arrested. We also have multiple videos of where the Chuds don't like him at their events, and the police pull him away immediately. Guess what King County Sheriff's Department had to say about Matthew?
Basically not a damn thing, huh?
Yes, exactly. He has every right to be here and exercise his free speech. But as we have seen with Matthew over and over and over again, if he is at a right-leaning event, he has no right to exercise his free speech.
You mean white-leaning event?
That too.
Yeah.
If you want to help Black Coffee Northwest, what you can do is you can go to their website. They are selling gift cards there. That is kind of the movement and the action that people are taking to help Black Coffee Northwest. And that is probably the easiest and best action you can do. They are going to reopen. You're not putting money in a black hole, but they are having to invest in security equipment that they didn't plan to invest. And the other thing, Jennifer, I think people need to remember, this is a student-run organization. Their president, I believe, is 17 years old. I say I believe because I don't know if she's had a birthday yet at this point. It's become 18. But I know when they opened their doors, she was 17 years old.
So do they know when they're opening back up again?
The plan is Saturday. But I would say you'll have to monitor their socials. And they are on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Of what I have seen, they're super active on Instagram. They're super active on Facebook. Not so much on Twitter.
Okay. Okay.
One of our
Saturday
mods or
sounds like-
admins, you could drop a link in there for Black Coffee Northwest. And you know what? Let's run the Black Coffee Northwest spot, and then we'll go to our next story.
Black Coffee is a hub for communities and a hub for meeting people, making friends, and understanding.
What Black Coffee is to me is a place to actually call home, a place where Black youth will feel welcomed, where Black families will come and feel like they're at home.
What we're trying to build is more than just coffee. Community is something that we do naturally. We know who's in the community, we know what the deficits are, and we're trying to fix that. We want to bring people together.
My hope is that the phrase grounded in excellence shows up everywhere and that it becomes a movement.
I'm looking forward to hanging out at Black Coffee with my friends and feeling safe.
Black coffee to me means opportunity for people like me and my other friends and family to come here and do homework safely and hang out and stuff like that.
That is happening. It is happening.
I'm looking forward to hanging out with my friends and feeling safe. I don't know how Black America functions, and yet they continue to function and try to rise above in this environment.
Yeah. It's like the epitome of strength and resilience when it shouldn't have to be that much strength and resilience and suffering. But Saturday seems like a good day. I hope they open back up, and it seems like a good time for people to try out a new coffee place and support a small locally owned Black business.
Yeah, Black Coffee is located on Shoreline on Highway 99. I don't think it's called Aurora Avenue that far north up in the Shoreline, but they're on Highway 99. They're right around 175th. If you're heading north from Seattle, they'll be on the left-hand side of the road. And I think they're like between 170th and 175th or 175th and 180th. They're somewhere between 180th and 170th. There will be a big, long-ass line. When they are open, go early and get a potato scone. They are the food of the gods.